Hi guys, you're welcome to yet another installment of the Football Gazette podcast. Of course, you know this is where we'll sit, analyze in-depth analysis this time around on stories emanating from the ever scintillating, exciting, and yet controversial world of football. We're back once again. My name is Muyiwa Joshua, and with me is Tumishi Akomalafe. Today, we would be talking still about the ongoing African Cup of Nations right there in Ivory Coast. It's hot in hope. We are now at the later stages, the round of 16 currently going on, and the okay currently going have gone down. Now the next phase is the quarterfinals. Well, we're going to be talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria first, and they would be playing the first match of that particular round with the Angolas. Yeah, Angola. You heard that right. The Negras. That's what they call them. The Palancas Negras of Angola. So we've seen some little bit of growing into the game
Yeah.
from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, especially against the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. It was a fantastic show. 2 goals to nothing. It ended in their favor. We saw a lot of players brought in their A game, including the talisman himself, although he wasn't on the scorer sheet, but the energy was there. That's all for Osimhen. A fantastic show. So what's to be expected tomorrow against the Angolans?
Round of 16 game was one of their best performance we've seen so far in this tournament, and I see them, growing into the game like you've said. But then they have to do better. They will be facing Angola, who in their last 3 games have scored 2 or more than 3 goals in their matches, which is something I feel they really need to be prepared for. And Nigeria, on the other hand, have considered just 1 goal in this tournament so far. It's just like a well-scoring team going against a a defensive side. I mean, the Super Eagles now this time around.
You
So
know,
it's going to be a very difficult one. Trust me. We do hope that Nigeria can, put more effort like we saw against the Cameroonians. I really love what I saw that day actually, because Cameroon, since the 2000 and year 2000, AFCON competition where they defeated us through penalties, they have been, chopping it back to back from the Super Eagles.
nah,
A
so
very good one.
I would really agree with you about the fact that we still have some areas where we would need to put in some finishing
Yes,
touches. Trust
definitely.
me, the position whereby we actually thought would be really complicated for us going into this AFCON, that's the goalkeeping department. But then we've been somewhat stable in that department going into this AFCON, starting from the first game. Stanley Nwabili has done fantastically well for himself. So I think the midfield is still where we are lacking. This transition between that exists between or from the defense to the midfield has
Yeah.
failed to replicate itself from the midfield to the attack. I mean, that's something we've missed all tournament, and that's why the Super Eagles are struggling to get the goals. I mean, the last time out, we actually, okay, 2 goals to nothing. It was fantastic. Ademola Lookman getting the 2 goals. But then, do we have what it takes to actually replicate same feat against this very rigid Angolan side who knows how well to score?
Well, for me, I do see a very big tax coming ahead for the Nigerian Super Eagles. They really need to do much more, especially connecting the midfield to the attack this time around and utilizing their chances. That is what I feel they really need to work on before their game.
Let's talk about the talisman himself or
Yeah.
Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't score against the Cameroonians,
But the passion was
he
there.
brought in the A energy.
Yeah.
The A energy that Carl saw and got shocked to the extent they had to call him or invite
For
him
doping test.
for doping test. Me,
I mean,
I was it was really amazing to see. I was really impressed by a show of charisma that particular day. Things has been wagging about if Victor Osimhen is actually whom we thought he was, but he proved doubt us wrong that particular day. Yes, I might not be on the scorer sheet, but trust me, when it comes to bringing in the A energy, A game into any match, I can do that effortlessly, anytime, any day, and he did that fantastically well. Big ups to him. But then, what's this chemistry between Didier Drogba and Victor Osimhen in the past couple of games now? Is anything cooking?
well, we will leave that to again. Drop that. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. And Victor Osimhen has been fantastic. He has been causing a lot of menace right there for defenders in the competition. So far, this in this competition, he has scored 1 goal one goal and created two other assists for his teammate, and that is fantastic for me. He's having a good tournament. Let's just hope he can get the goals at the right time
So the question
when
here
needed.
today now should be, what do you make of the tactical prowess of coach OCP0? Well, fans out there, prior to this tournament, we are all clamoring for, no, we don't want OCP0 right there at the helms of affairs. But then he somehow do away with critics and mean putting a little bit of tactical intelligence into the game. I wouldn't know if you saw some tactical impact against the Cameroonians. Did you?
Well, I think even before the Cameroon game, you could tell that there's tactics in the way Osepizero set up his team, because playing three at the back, four in the midfield, and although some players are being used out of position and they are kind of fitting in well in that position, 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1 is something I do feel is really giving us the needed stability. In the defense and also going forward. Nigeria always, when they get the ball on counter attacks, they're always dangerous. It always look as if something is going to happen each time they counter attack. And I feel that is the formation I feel Osepizero, absorbing the pressure and going all out when they get the ball.
Well, let's see what becomes the outcome of that one against the Angolas tomorrow, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Of course, football fans, you can swipe up the comment section and drop your 2 cents and predictions about that particular match to go down tomorrow between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Panacres Negras of Angola. Well, I think for me, it is a 1-0 victory for the Super Eagles.
Well, for you,
Yes.
1-0 victory? No. See, for me, I think it's going to be a lot of roller coaster between these two sides. Angola is a very good goal
So
scoring
are you
team.
tipping them to be the Super Eagles?
No, not at all. But I'm just taking a different view from it. Maybe we might just see a 2-1 win for Angola.
Mm.
Yeah,
2-1 win for Angola?
yeah.
Wow, wow, that's really hard to take for Nigerians out there. Well, you know his name and his IG handle. Go for him.